So right now we have two tables, courses and modules, but they exist independently of each other. We need to establish some relationship between the two, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to establish a new field here in the modules table that is going to refer to the course, saying that I belong to that particular course. So let's do that. So the way we're going to do that in Java is that we're going to go back to module, and we're going to add a new field in the module. We're going to say, hey, my parent, right? I have a course who's my parent. I belong to this course, right? And the module and the course, vice versa, is going to say, hey, I'm a course and I have the following modules belong to me. Modules. Okay. All right. Now they know about each other, right? But right now only Java knows about it, right? The relational database doesn't know about it. So to establish that in the database, what we need to do is as follows. We need to say that this course is participating in a one-to-many relationship with modules, and modules is participating in an inverse relationship of a many-to-one, right? So if we draw that up, we have here the courses, and we have here the modules, right? And we are in a one-to-many relationship, right? We need to on either side we need to say where, on what side of the relationship am I on, right? Am I on the one-to-many or am I on the many-to-one, right? And somehow relate these two, right? So the way we do that in using JPA is to annotate this by saying that I am on the one-to-many relationship. Right? And we also need to say, how is my child, the module, referring to me? How is it referring to me? That's going to be used for establishing the primary key, right? In relational databases, the way we implement this relationship is that the parent here is going to have a primary key. In this case, is the ID is the primary key, and in the modules we're going to have a foreign key that's going to refer to that primary key, and we'll call it course. Typically, the naming would be that it would be something like course underscore ID, right? That it's referring to the primary key of the course. So to do that, to establish the naming of that primary key, we're going to say that it's mapped by. Mapped by tells me, how does my child refer to me? And it's referred to me by a field called course. Oops, course. This right here is this field right there, course, right? We're telling, hey, that course field is referring to me, and it's going to use that as to establish the name of that foreign key. All right, excellent. So we're done on the one side, right? On the many side, we also need to establish here the many-to-one, that we are participating on the many-to-one relationship here, right? And that's it. That's all we need to do for the annotation. The very last thing that we need to do is to since we added a new field course, right, and here we added a new field modules, we need the setters and getters for them too, right? So let's do that. We're gonna do a code generate setters and getters, and the only field left is modules. So say, yeah, I want that. Very good. And then on the module side, I want also setters and getters for my course. So generate the setters and getters and say, yep, okay, very good. Let's refresh. Let's restart the server. So the server, what it needs to do is says, well, I already have the course table. I don't need to touch that. The only thing that I need to do is alter and modify my modules table, right? My modules table, right? The only thing that it needs is an additional field, right? This course ID field. So it adds the new field and establishes a foreign key relationship. Says that course ID is going to refer to the courses table, the ID field in the courses table, right? So that's how this works, right? Each record. So if you have a course one and you have multiple module instances, records in the so this is in the modules table, and this is in the courses table. Each one is pointing back to the course that they belong to. Make sense, right? This is kind of backwards how Java does it. In Java, in memory, usually it is the parent who knows about its children. The parent has an array or a list, yes, which maintains an instances of references back to the parent to the children. So in Java, it's this way, but in relational databases, it's backwards, right? Which that's one of the that's one of the challenges of mapping these two worlds. Excellent. So it worked. Let's go back to the database. Let's go back to modules. Notice that modules only had 2 columns before. See that? ID and title. If I refresh, we'll notice that now modules has an additional field. See that? Course ID. Make sense? Right? All right, awesome. Let's take a look at now how can we expose this data back to the our controller, back to our client. Let's do that next.